From Henry Cavill's dramatic exit to Geralt's mantle being passed on to, well, Liam Hemsworth. Here's why The Witcher will never be the same again. So The Witcher going to Doom is really a sobering reality, isn't it?
We don't show off. We get paid in coin. And he's right. Want to hear about my first monster? Wasn't 50 miles out.
I guess now is really not a great time to be a fan. When Liam Hemsworth was given the part of Geralt of Rivia by Henry Cavill, the announcement sparked heated Reddit posts and threats of boycotts. But this casting shift signals more than simply a turbulent period for this whole franchise that maintains a pattern of unpredictability at Netflix. Plus, in the fan base, The Witcher adaptation has always had a challenging position. There is mistrust whenever a streaming service or studio declares that they will be turning a video game into a live-action project, especially if the game is based on a series of novels. And look, not everyone can pull it off like The Last of Us, but The Witcher could have. It's like destroying something good on purpose. And frankly, it's a reasonable feeling, considering how such ventures have performed in the past. One live shield, however, has deflected even the most vehement criticisms of The Witcher, and that was our ex-Superman Henry Cavill. Cavill has made it apparent that he enjoys this series from the start, and by that we imply that he isn't a casual admirer. He's a person who has read all the novels, played through the Witcher 3 campaign several times, is familiar with the mythology, and can even rattle off a list of all of Geralt's nicknames. Call him a nerd, but you rarely find actors who are this passionate about the role. Henry's fervent dedication to this brand and his loyalty to the source material provided as a sort of safety net, no matter how far The Witcher went off course, which it most certainly has many times. Yeah, I'm talking about season 2. But anyways, the showrunner is largely the blame for that.
And then McHugh came up to me and said, "What are you doing? Why do the thing again?" And I said, "What thing?" He came and showed me the monitor. I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." And then we stuck with it, and it became a thing.
Lauren Schmidt-Hissrich has her share of crazy turns, from Yennefer losing her power to murdering Eskel. Yet it was not that big of a deal. Why? Henry was there for us, just subtly reassuring supporters that this adaptation would be a blast. He tried at least, and even the crew was skilled at what they did. The well-known and cherished narrative of the audience would finally be recounted. And yeah, it could have taken another season or two, but guess what? That's probably not going to happen now. The safety net feels much smaller now that Cavill's exit can't be undone, but his last dance could be a nice departure, as season 3 could be more of a return to the books. Well, at least that's what we are promised, but still, it appears more likely that Hissrich and her team will continue to take this adaptation on the rocky road, and they are proud of it, because here's how it's going to go down.
And then McHugh came up to me and said, "What are you doing? Why do the thing again?" And I said, "What thing?" He came and showed me the monitor. I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." And then we stuck with it, and it became a thing.
Because of the supporting roles throughout the Witcher series, there have been several great moments, like Shalatra's performance, and Joey Beatty has been outstanding as Jaskier the Bard. Sorry, Bard, this is the last time I'm going to be tossing my coin. But there also have been senseless time jumps, overused and underexplained political arguments, and arbitrary character deaths. The Witcher has established itself as a promising show that's not more than the sum of its parts over the course of its last 2 seasons. However, Cavill's departure raises a certain possibility. One of the biggest concerns fans have right now is the fact that there isn't really a big strategy for this series, and we're truly going to deviate from the books. Yet Cavill's leaving is plain awful PR for this program, even putting aside fan expectations. Not only is Cavill the lead of a popular Netflix series, he is The Witcher, and The Witcher is him. It's just like his Superman role. You know you can't find anyone better.
Well, you're Superman. You have to be in awesome shape.
Yeah, for the movie. But generally, sort of off movies, I tend to be off season.
But you still replace him. No matter how well received it may be, a small success cannot compare to the guy who was the face of the show. And those who are watching The Witcher have done so solely to see Henry Cavill kick monster butt. It's possible that Liam Hemsworth, the second most famous Hemsworth sibling, may be able to draw in viewers. But it's not crazy to believe that The Witcher will lose a lot of its Cavill followers after Henry Cavill is gone. The Witcher franchise in general should also be taken into account. Look what Blood Origin television did. It was a pro bono example of what a Cavilless Witcher world would be. Yet it had other flaws too. But come on, you get it. Plus, season 3 is still months away. But The Witcher has already been given a 4th season, and fans believe the show will end with season 5. And it's still so weird that despite the fan outcry and literal flop predictions, The Witcher and its various spin-offs have received the same degree of support from Netflix as Stranger Things. Like what? That degree of faith is particularly uncommon at this moment, when Netflix has been more than willing to cancel well-known shows like Cowboy Bebop and Resident Evil after their first seasons. Despite that, to be honest, an unexpected degree of support for The Witcher, Netflix has been unable to maintain Henry Cavill. The streaming giant has long controlled the television industry by enlisting great stars and approving the passion projects of its producers. Cavill is the most recent example of how this tried and true tactic may no longer be as effective as it once was. Keeping the acting aside, changing a character's look is a simple approach to disrupt the reader's immersion in the narrative. It could be hard to take the stern persona seriously when an instantly recognizable actor like Hemsworth is taking on the role. But can the plot even let such a transition slide? I mean, looks are no joke, man. We went from a scary, perfect Witcher to a babyface Witcher who actually looks more like Jaskier. Anyway, so much flop talk. No one actually knows why Cavill left the franchise. Cavill only signed a short-term agreement, according to insiders, with The Witcher, according to Deadline, where the news was initially reported. There was no other option after 3 seasons, and that's mostly due to a demanding production schedule, where he had to manage several other significant projects. Also, according to those same sources, Henry's Witcher castmates renegotiated their salaries in preparation for season 4. Most fans assumed right away after hearing the news that Henry Cavill's departure from The Witcher would have anything to do with his other well-known role. Aye, you recognize the one. To be fair, this announcement's timing was puzzling because the actors made everyone's day by doing a Superman cameo. With a fresh emphasis on the superhero's bright future, Cavill's desire to portray Superman had long been known, and this may have contributed to his decision to leave The Witcher. But you know what I think? I think it's all Lauren. She has openly said how she was annoyed by Henry's passion for the Source. Such a comment from her, though, has now possibly robbed fans of what could have been the next Game of Thrones. So it's understandable fans aren't exactly forgiving right now. And frankly, she is the only one excited for the seasons that will come after Cavill. Look, actors and writers won't always agree.
Tell me, Witcher, you don't believe in destiny or the lesser evil? What do you believe in?
You mean, who do I believe? I don't pick sides.
You just kill monsters.
And occasionally, the writer's room will have a bigger picture in mind that even someone as involved as Cavill would not initially be aware of. Yet recent statements from the studio imply that not all members of the Witcher crew share Henry's clear appreciation for the original works. Guess they really lost a diamond in search of gold. Having said that, that was all for why Witcher post Cavill will fail.